Today I'm planning to do that I have never done before, is to wear 3 different continuous glucose monitors together, including Dexcom G7, Freestyle Libre 2 Plus and Sibionics GS1, to compare their accuracies and see which one is the best. Let's start with Freestyle Libre 2 Plus. This is how the box looks like, and you will be opening it from the back by peeling off this paper ribbon, and you will have 2 devices coming out. Let's take the instruction manual out. Now, the white container, which contains your sensor, and the applicator is the gray one. The actual sensor sits in this white container, and you remove and peel off this aluminum foil, which is quite sticky, and once it is removed, then your sensor is ready to be loaded into this applicator. You see, we will unscrew this gray container, which is your applicator, and look at this gray line over here on your applicator. This should be aligned with the gray line on this sensor box. You will click them in like a loading pattern, and once you click them nicely and snugly, here you go. Now the sensor has been taken out from its initial place to the applicator. You see the needle there? Now it is like a loaded gun and it is ready to be applied. I'm going to apply the Freestyle Libre Sensor 2 Plus at the back of my arm. Make sure you have removed any excessive hair and the site is nice and clean, and the loaded applicator is just placed at a fatty place, and you will quickly put a gentle pressure in and out, and be very quick like I did that. So you will see a clicking sound, and make sure the sticking is nice and uniform and the sensor isn't coming off. Next, we are applying the Sibionics GS1. The box actually looks of the same size as Freestyle Libre Sensor 2 Plus because it also has 2 ingredients inside it. Don't forget this QR code, which you will require to activate your sensor. The box is opened in similar fashion. You rip off this paper seal, and once we open the box, the first thing is the instruction manual, and you will see the 2 components beneath. One of them contains the sensor, the other is the applicator, and they are snugly fitted in this plastic container. And there is also another plastic bag at the back, which is actually quite nice because they provide you an additional sticky plaster to be applied on top of your sensor. So I'm first going to open this white component with removal of this aluminum foil, just like I did it previously. So this actually contains your sensor. The same QR code is also present on top of this white component in case you need. Now let's release the applicator. This is looking much nicer because it has got a safety clip, so you don't accidentally press the button. It has a button mechanism instead of a push-in mechanism. The bottom has got this seal which you have to remove. Make sure you carefully align the applicator on top of the sensor cartridge and click it in. Now the sensor from the white container would be taken up in the applicator, and you see it is again like a loaded gun and you can see the needle. Now the good thing is that we do have this safety clip which you have to remove, and it's a button mechanism. It's not a push-in mechanism like the Freestyle Libre sensor. I've chosen a similar side to Freestyle Libre sensor at the back of my other arm now, and once the loaded sensor is carefully placed at the fatty part behind my arm, and once you feel comfortable, you can gently press the button, and you see this is much more comfortable than the Freestyle Libre sensor because I'm not pushing it. We'll just do a gentle press and you'll hear a click, and the sensor is already placed, and you can see nicely stuck around. To be honest, you don't need to do anything more than that, but they also provide you with an additional sticky plaster to be applied on top of it. I think having an additional adhesive plaster is a great incentive with Sibionics because you know these sensors would be staying on your arm for 2 weeks and they can come off quite easily after a few days for some individuals. Actually, it's not just any adhesive plaster. It has got a plastic framework inside it which fits nicely and exactly on top of the Sibionics sensor. So you will simply remove the protective sheath from the adhesive plaster. There are 2 of them from both ends. Try not to stick your fingers or thumbs on the sticky place because you don't want the sticky bit to be ruined. And carefully fit this plastic framework on top of your Sibionics sensor, which is already attached on your arm, and you'll hear a click. You can gently rub your fingers on the sticky bit so the plaster is nicely and cleanly stuck around your arm, and you can see this will help your sensor last for the full 2 weeks without any problems. Let's move on to our third sensor, Dexcom G7. You see the box is much smaller than the Freestyle Libre sensor and the Sibionics. It also has a QR code. The reason the box is small is because it only contains 1 preloaded CGM device with the applicator. The arrow marks where the box will open, so you can actually rip the box open from this point. You see that as the box opens, the first thing coming out is the instruction manual and nicely slug in a light sticky plaster. This is a pre-loaded sensor applicator. It's very neat. You can see there's a screw at the bottom, there's a nice button. It's nice, clean, and already preloaded, so you don't have to do too much work for this sensor device. All you need to do is to unscrew the applicator. The sensor is already loaded in. You can see the needle over there. Here you go. This is a better view. And the button, which is nice and clean here, is visible. Unlike Freestyle Libre sensor, both Sibionics and Dexcom provide you with additional adhesive plasters. The Dexcom has got just a simple plastic plaster here. The Dexcom device has been licensed to be applied both on your arms as well as on your tummy and on your thighs. Since I've used both of my arms, so I'll be using my tummy to apply this one. You just choose a clean side on either side of your belly button, 5 to 10 finger breadths away. You firmly hold the sensor at the site of application and gently press the button. You hear a click, meaning the sensor has been applied. Here you go, nice and clean sensor applied easily without pushing anything in. To be honest, for Dexcom, I found attaching this adhesive plaster more challenging as opposed to applying the sensor itself. The removal of these stickers was easy, but then applying the adhesive plaster on top of the sensor led to a few challenges when I was trying to remove this green protective film, because it was not coming off easily and it seemed to rip off the whole sensor. It took me a little while before I could easily and safely remove the green protective film without actually dismantling or dislodging the sensor needle, because it would have invalidated the sensor data completely. I made sure that it is nicely stuck at the place and has not come off. Now that we have applied the 3 sensors, let's activate them one by one and start looking at the data. I've not added the activation of Freestyle Libre sensor, which is already shown in another video, so we will go straight to the Dexcom and Sibionics activation. The link for activation of Freestyle Libre sensor is in the comment. Both Dexcom G7 and Sibionics sensors are dependent on the QR code or the code provided alongside it, which is written on the applicator, and in case of Sibionics you can see it would be written on the box alongside this QR code. So make sure these are handy while you're activating your sensors so you do not have any error messages. I'm going to start with activation of my Dexcom sensor. I'm using the Dexcom G7 app. Once you open the app, the interface would look something like this. If you are already using a previous sensor, there would be an option of replace old sensor. If you do not have a sensor, you have to click on start new sensor, which will give you the following prompts. I've just clicked start new sensor. You can see there is a little bit of glitch, but do not worry, keep trying and it will open this new prompt where it says scan the sensor ID. So I'm going to use my camera to scan this QR code. I'm also aware that I've got the 9097 code to activate the sensor. You see the camera didn't work once, so I will try it one more time and try to scan it through the camera. If it doesn't work, then I will simply use this number manually to see if my Dexcom device can be scanned. And here you go, the new sensor has already been inserted and the code has been picked up. So my sensor is now ready. It is getting warmed up, and in the next few minutes it is asking me to pair the device. So I have paired the device, which is the Dexcom G7, with my mobile, and it has confirmed pairing is complete, and 21 minutes for warming up. So after 21 minutes I should be able to see my glucose levels on this app from the Dexcom G7 device. Let's move on to the Sibionics app. So I'm first going to log into the device, as I haven't logged in for a long time. I'm going to send a one-time code to my email and try to log into my account for the Sibionics. Here you go. The app will send you a one-time code to your email if you have not set up a password, and I'm going to copy that code on the app. So here is my code 9994. I'll go back to the app and add this code to log into my Sibionics app. Now that my app is logged in, I am doing connect new sensor and bringing the QR code to see if it works. I have struggled to scan the QR code of Sibionics from the box in majority of occasions because of its color, but seems like today it is working. If it doesn't work, I will use, oh, it has worked, brilliant. So you can see the scan has worked, and it is going to take 59 minutes, almost 1 hour, for the Sibionics device to warm up, following which the app will start giving me the glucose level. Now comes the most interesting bit, where I would be simultaneously comparing the continuous glucose monitoring levels on 3 different CGM devices, meaning the Freestyle Libre Sensor 2 Plus, Dexcom G7 device, and the Sibionics GS1. So let's see which one is giving us most accurate levels. This is my first day, so I have challenged myself with a massive load of carbohydrate with plenty of pizza, and the Freestyle Libre sensor has shown me a rapidly rising level of 128 milligram per deciliter. At the same time, the Dexcom G7 is giving 169 milligram per deciliter, which is actually far higher than what I have seen on Freestyle Libre sensor. I'm adding notes on all the apps to ensure that I log in the food items that I've eaten. So here's the comparison. Dexcom shows 169, whereas the Freestyle Libre sensor shows 128, and the Sibionics shows 110. So you can see a bit of difference among all the 3 sensors. I would log in the same thing in the Sibionics as well. You see, all the sensors have this option of adding your food details, and this is good practice to allow you to track your food items which are going to give you a glucose spikes, and you can avoid them in future if there is a clinical need to do so. Another interesting observation to note is that the Dexcom and the Sibionics will check your glucose levels every 5 minutes. So the same numbers, 110 on Sibionics and 169 on the Dexcom G7, whereas the Freestyle Libre sensor has already changed because it is checking your sugars every single minute. So it has changed from 128 to 133. Another interesting observation was the signal loss. So when it comes to the signal losses, this was more commonly seen with the Freestyle Libre sensor. You see there's a signal loss, so you have to use the NFC scanning to allow the signal to be captured again, where you bring your phone close to your sensor and do the scan. And when it comes to the other sensor, for example, we have got the Dexcom G7, the sensor is not showing any signal loss. Also with the Sibionics, I didn't find many signal losses because whenever I opened the app, the sensor would automatically collect all the data. But for Freestyle Libre sensor, you see I needed to scan it, and here you go, I've captured the data. First day sensor readings can be sometimes a bit erroneous because the sensors are calibrating and warming up. So let's look at the differences on the second day of the 3 sensors. This is the second day of wearing the sensor. Dexcom shows 148, Sibionics 133, and Freestyle shows 129. This is the fasting level third day, 95 on Freestyle, 111 on Dexcom, and 103 on the Sibionics. Other than the isolated glucose levels, which could be snapshot, I also wanted to compare the graphs. So let's look at the 24-hour graphs on the 3 apps and see if there are any differences. These are the first 24-hour CGM readings on Dexcom G7, and let's compare them on the Sibionics. You can see they do resemble in terms of their lows and highs. While the isolated glucose level on Sibionics is 103 and that on the Dexcom is 117, the pattern of the graphs on both sensors is more or less comparable. Let's see what the Freestyle Libre sensor shows. The same time the glucose reading is 102. But the graph on Freestyle looks slightly lower than what I have seen on Sibionics and Dexcom. On day 3, I challenged myself with more carbohydrates to see where do the readings go, and the Dexcom showed me a reading of 193, which did worry me, while Sibionics had 151 and the Freestyle Libre sensor was showing 130. So I decided to do a finger prick test and find out which one is accurate. Interestingly, the finger prick test showed me a reading of 161, which I was anticipating with the amount of carbohydrates I had taken, and so I decided to do a calibration on the Dexcom, which you can do so by adding your finger prick reading and use it as a calibration. So I have added 162 and I allowed the sensor to take it as a calibration. Manual calibration is a luxury that does exist on the Dexcom G7, which doesn't exist on the Freestyle Libre sensor or the Sibionics apps. And you see, as we were just doing the calibration, the numbers on Freestyle Libre sensor became 155 as it is doing a minute by minute check, and they matched closely with the 162 finger prick test. So it passed the test of post-meal spike, and it was also similar on the Sibionics as 151, which built more confidence in these 2 sensors at this stage, while the Dexcom G7 is still getting calibrated as it is giving me 193 number. Another interesting feature to note is the role of trend arrows. If you look at the trend arrows, they are kind of correlating very well, that you have got an upward facing vertical arrow in Freestyle Libre sensor showing a rapid rise in glucose. Similarly, the Dexcom is showing a similar upward facing arrow, and Sibionics initially was showing an upward facing vertical arrow, which is slightly now slanting, meaning that we are getting gradual improvement. As I was entering into the day 4, I found that the sensors were coming a little bit closer in match towards the fasting glucose, but still Dexcom was giving me highest. It was 106. Sibionics was giving me 90, whereas the Freestyle Libre sensor was giving me 99. So you can see that Sibionics gave me more reassurance in terms of a very good number, while Dexcom created more anxiety. When I left the phone away from me, there was a signal loss among all the sensors, but the Dexcom got connected very quickly, as you can see, as soon as I opened the app. Same thing I noticed with the Sibionics, which also had the signal loss, but within a few seconds the connectivity was established. When it came to the Freestyle Libre sensor, the signal loss persisted, and I did need to scan the device through the NFC on Freestyle app again and again. You can see I have done a few attempts, some of them being unsuccessful, but finally after I believe 3rd or 5th attempt, the connectivity was re-established successfully as the scanner worked. Remember, you need to make sure that this signal connectivity is achieved through all the sensors, otherwise you're going to lose the data. Once the connectivity is done, I can see the sensors are quite closely matched to each other. As you see, there's 94 milligram per deciliter on the Dexcom, while at the same time the Freestyle Libre sensor is showing a blood glucose reading of 83 and the Sibionics is showing 85. All of these could be considered well correlated with each other, and I would assume that they are quite accurate. Now, unfortunately, my Freestyle Libre sensor got disconnected after 1 week of application, as the sticky plaster came off, which means that the adhesive tapes on top of Dexcom and Sibionics worked quite well, so I couldn't complete the trial. At the end of the trial, I did notice that all sensors had their own pros and cons, and there are certain differences which can be taken into account based on the way the sensors are functioning. One of them, which is Freestyle Libre sensor, is doing a minute by minute glucose check, which gives you a continuous change in the glucose levels and does generate anxiety in some occasions. However, we have to bear in mind that these are validated tools used for continuous glucose monitoring. The clinical context has to be taken into account, and your clinician's perspective should not be ignored. They're fantastic devices which can help us achieve an excellent glucose profile without doing any finger prick testing, but we also have to bear in mind that these are electronic devices which can malfunction and do require sometimes calibration and sometimes taking into account the clinical context. They can malfunction, and if they are malfunctioning, you make sure that common sense prevails and safety comes first. If you are on insulin therapy and feel that the glucose levels are not correlating with your CGM devices, also the clinical perspective has to be taken into account. If you feel that your glucose levels are too low or they're too high, then you make sure that you do the finger prick testing and take into account your clinical signs and symptoms. So health and safety comes first. I hope this video has been helpful in understanding how the CGM devices work and what could be their key differences. None of them is a perfect device, but they still serve a fantastic tool to help you manage your diabetes and glucose levels without getting into the hassle of repeated finger testing. My name is Dr. Jawad Bashir. I'm trying to help and make your lives simple. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel and watch out for other videos to understand about diabetes, obesity, and metabolic medicine. Thank you very much for watching.